Norwegian trend actually means train.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
We're gonna trend then. Everybody's trending. 23, 24. Flip out. Cool. Where do you train out there?
Right now, I've been training at Warehouse Gym, Train SF, Bonos. There's so many major gyms.
Yeah, I went to
there.
Bonos before it was open.
Before it was open?
Yeah, last year.
Oh, no, wait, it only opened last year?
December. It was just about to open. I was there.
Oh, I thought it looked a bit new.
But
Yeah.
they all different equipment now out at Bonos Gym. But he took me, toured me the place. I trained at Oxygen here yesterday. There's a new Oxygen opening up in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, I thought it was finished, but I heard...
November, he said.
Like, there's no dumbbells yet.
No dumbbells. We did some weights there yesterday, machines and stuff. It was good.
Hope stuff for energy for today. I'm thinking about bench pressing and just a whole bunch of stuff.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it then. Did you know Mike was here this whole time? Did you tell him?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know. I was here in half
here
hour.
together for the
Share in a room. He's a snuggler.
You have a bunk bed? You on the towel?
Powerbuilding.
Oh, such disrespect. And it has started.
You're the original.
What are you guys thinking?
I'm thinking bench press, upper body stuff, yeah. But if you guys want something else, I'm down for whatever, but I'm happy with bench press.
I don't bench press, so I'm going to watch you guys.
Really? You're not going to bench press?
I don't bench press. I only do dumbbell work.
I'll hit some arms with it. Yeah,
Oh,
bench
awesome.
press, you hit bench, I'll hit close. We'll fucking crush.
Awesome, let's do it. Say no more.
Whatever you guys want to do.
Jay will smile. Jay will smile.
Nah, I'll stay light. My warm-up's different from you guys, though.
Look at this, Mo. Look at the angle he's doing this.
Why?
No, you're gonna tell me why.
You see when I squeeze the chest like that?
Yeah, but look at where his elbows are, his shoulder, where the bar comes to. Did you get that angle? On this next one, get that angle. And then compare it to how Larry's doing it on his angle. Do it real quick. Watch the difference on this.
Now I'm always benching for power.
Now look at the angle. Come on up top. Come on up top. Look at these elbows. Tucked. Bop. Pop. Everything's coming into play where Jay's up top. And you can just see him flexing through where Larry's dropping down underneath and tucking it.
Yeah.
I go elbows in. If I'm doing power bodybuilding or trying to make it harder on myself, I'm doing what you're doing. So right now I'm just doing close grip, so I'm just gonna keep it in tight and down low. But I'll do everything from high necks, which you're basically doing high necks,
My whole point is
to flex it through.
flex the chest.
But at the same time, I don't know if you realize this, the majority of society can't move their shoulders that well and keep healthy that well because you're impinging up top, but you have such good range of motion that you can do that. That's big time.
Most people don't
They don't.
keep their scapula down and depressed. Everyone wants to be up here for everything, whether it's pulling or pushing. Yeah.
But that's where they hurt themselves. Well, he just been able to isolate it and keep that range of motion. Like I do behind the neck press. People are like, oh, that's the worst thing in the world. Well, I'm 100 years old and I still got that range of motion. That's the key point of it, and that's what you're doing, which is incredible. Because most guys, especially guys at your level, have banged up shoulders and everything, and you're doing great. Love that. That's why you're the best. I'm not talking about bench press, I'm not talking about squeeze, I'm talking about
That's all you do? How heavy does it go?
I always say I'm gonna take it easy and go light, but then I always end up exactly. Today's not that day. It rarely ever is.
that ain't happening.
Always end up going for a PR.
Today we get nasty.
He's the only guy that goes for PRs in slides.
I don't think I've ever hit a PR in sneakers. I'll give a head nod for a handoff.
You got, I like that.
press is so low, man. See, I've never trained with power lifters really, so it's like for me that's super. He's down here. That's all
where
power.
everything-
That's all
everything.
power. See, when I think of people bench pressing a lot, I'm like, man, how's that guy do that without tearing his chest? But now I see with, you
The
know,
angle.
yeah, it's the angle.
And that's why I love the inclines, because it takes it away, makes it harder, and then you come back to flat and you just destroy flat. Because how much harder is incline than flat?
Oh man, I'm
Are you a good incline presser? Or?
yeah, but even then, so I'm still about 80 pounds lighter on my best incline. Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen you hit 5 or 6, right?
5 for 6, 8 for 1, and then the incline. But my best is 675 here. You know, with the same equipment, perhaps. So big difference. Yeah. And much bigger stretch on my pecs incline because I'm pressing much higher. Yeah.
I was a better incline presser when I did mine.
I can see that. The way you bench press, I could see why you would be.
Thinking of a video of you pressing 4 plates for reps on the incline. Yeah. That's
Yeah, I was always a big incline presser. Remember, my whole thing was functionality, not, oh my gosh, I gotta press 405. It was all, okay, how much can I contract my chest through the motion? So I thought from every part of the rep was squeezing my chest and picturing the chest contracted the whole time.
Best thing in the world.
That's why I can't grasp one rep things, because I couldn't get into the muscle in one rep. So different with bodybuilding, with power training.
Well, we're warming up.
I understand.
And so for us, if we do more reps, we got to do how many reps
know.
before we get to a working weight? And so we try to do least amount of work possible to get to something real.
Absolutely.
He says it's a nervous.
Nervous system. Get that fired.
He says that's what he's getting, focusing more rather than the warm. I don't know if you.
Until the set.
It's not called a warm up, really.
Well, it's how I like to call it a warm up. So, for us, if we can wake up the nervous system, mostly me for 4 o'clock in the morning, 135 feels like 500. So if I can get the nervous system fired up, then we can start repping out anything. Look down at that. You see that angle? Now go back and look at his photos, look at his chest development. We'll answer a lot of questions.
The weights
right
are
there.
lighter here, though.
I thought they were heavier.
I'll do it too easy. No, they're lighter here.
Watch how he takes the lift off here. So one thing that in powerlifting you don't want to give up, because you're already prepped and loaded before that weight comes off. So he's already in a position where everything's tight, and then just give him the weight. And so you'll see the breath, suck it in, give a nod to me, I toss the weight to him, explode through it.
Exactly.
Let's go. Come on, kiddo. Still playing. Play. You got it. But yeah.
Come on.
I'll do two. I'll do a couple reps with two.
Do it.
No.
Come on, kid.
Let's see it.
Nice.
See that squeeze, Mike?
Look at this. Look at the squeeze. You guys can watch this out. Watch the range of motion and the squeeze.
Keep happy with squeeze.
One more thing. Stay there, Jim. What's the difference here? Now, if you guys are doing a powerlifting meet, I'm cool with you guys sucking it up and doing this. But there's a huge difference between these two movements. Yeah. So, in this aspect, do this getting ready for a powerlifting meet, do this the rest of the year. Now here's another thing. If you do this more, you'll strengthen yourself in a different way to when you go back to powerlifting, you're even stronger. That's what I love. It's with powerlifting, if you can go away from those power movements and do something else that's like he's doing functional,
Always come back stronger.
always come back stronger.
Always.
How old are you?
24.
I just won the nationals at 23.
Just,
23, I won nationals. Yeah.
I saw
You did
him at
nationals at
22.
23, right? That's when you did it.
11th. Yeah.
It's a good walk-on though. That's a good walk-on.
It was a reality check for sure. It was a reality check. Those guys were incredible. Labrada was the one who took first at the short
I didn't
bit.
think you were going to go back to bodybuilding, actually. I
Why?
thought you were going to stay with
Why?
the power trip because I just think that he does so much powerlifting now. It's like, man, he's got these challenges. He's like seems to be breaking records every week, man.
Why not do both though? Be the first original.
I know. I mean, but it takes. You know how long it takes.
I know.
You got to. The training's so different.
How so?
Reps,
100%.
reps,
The reps.
and he's just said it. 300 pounds. He's got to get more size in order to do the bodybuilding thing. And when he leans down, look how lean he stays all the time. For him, he has to struggle to get 300 pounds, I bet, to eat a lot, right?
Yeah, it's a full-time
For
job.
him to put
It's hard
on
for
weight
him.
like that, as lean as he stays, he's got a fast metabolism. Especially with the core training. When you train with your core like that, it keeps you that much leaner. You know.
Right.
Fuck, man. When you go for those max lifts like that, it burns a lot more calories than the guy that just goes in the gym and does 10 reps with shit, puts it down, takes 5 minutes between each set.
Yeah. Time and attention, a lot
Yeah.
different in
Fuck, man, that's a
powerlifting.
lot of
I
calories.
think you do both though, don't you?
I do, yeah. Simultaneously, not. No.
No, but I
Yeah.
mean, if you're working part of the year, that thickness and that density, and then you come back the other part of the year and sharpen it. Because I think it's impressive where you came from and you exploded. I got faith in you. I think I can.
Yeah, but
he
he's
could
not
do
staying in
both.
one place right now. That's the thing. He's in a different place all the time. That's hard to train as a bodybuilder and
You know
be
what-
able to get that.
Being such a big influencer too, he's getting pulled in different ways. That's an interesting thing. We had very little distraction compared to you. Got
You
tons
gotta
of
be in an
distraction at
element.
such a young age.
Fair enough, yeah. It's true. Yeah. Might be a longer journey for me, but I'll get there.
I got faith.
We're learning.
Go from that's on the strap.
Yes. Yes, we're learning, we're learning.
That's good. Got a cast on now. So guys, still getting back in the swing of things. Coming off my bicep injury a couple months back. Last week was 225, 100 kilograms for 50. So this week we're trying to do a little bit better than that, a little bit heavier. Week by week go up a little bit. See if we can get maybe at least 30 with this. Find out.
Watch the setup. I know that he's bench pressing here, but it's all the little details. The setup, the mindset. I always think about when you're lifting heavy weights, you're actually switching that mindset, and it's a fight. So you're like stepping in the octagon. It's you against the weight this time. Baya! 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12,
kid. Good job.
13,
Come on.
14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
We got
20,
more. Come on.
21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Get it, get it, get it.
Come on.
30.
Ooh.
There we go. There we go.
Easy, Larry, easy.
Come on.
Right? I'm gonna give you a lift. Good. Yep. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay, there's no relaxation, not even going slightly down. There's still a squeeze on the chest. Again, look at the range of motion, the elbows, everything. Nice, nice. Recommendation, don't start with this form, work up this form, work up to that kind of range of motion in the shoulder. I see guys that are, you know, late 20s and already so banged up shoulder-wise that they can't have that kind of rotation. So it's funny because it's already a principle of what I believe is put yourself in weak positions to make yourself stronger, and that's what you're doing.
I haven't bench pressed since 2004. How's that?
No way.
I swear to God. Since 2004.
That's smooth. Yes! All right. That was cool.
Control. I got nothing. Everything around. You know how you like eat now? I stopped years ago. Lifted for size and strength. I only lifted for range of motion.
This bar is better than what they have at Gold's.
Yeah, anything's better than Gold's. Yep. Here we go. So you guys, we talk about powerlifters and speed, speed, speed. So he did his set. Now he's coming back around, isolating, taking that momentum out, now just squeezing through it. Same kind of thing. Squeezing it. Now if you're seeing that video alone and you go, wait a minute, 225 for that. He did his big Mike Mentzer and his big set of 30 reps at 315. So anything after that's just secondary. That was the one that tore that fibers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fought for that one.
Internet, what do you think about for both of you? I mean, I'll guarantee it doesn't bug you at all. Does the internet pushing you to go heavier and heavier and heavier get you?
You know, before I was on Instagram, this all started, we just wanted to be the strongest guy in the gym. And then once I became the strongest guy in the gym, I wanted to become the strongest guy in the state, and the country, and the world. And I started comparing myself with other people on the internet because I had no one else to compare myself to in the gym. But when we all start out, we all have that rival in the gym who we may never even speak to. I want to get bigger, stronger, faster than that guy I always see every day at the gym. But once I hit that goal, I need to go out to the ocean. I was like a big fish in a small pond. And now, the support helps. You know, support from my fans around the world, people who follow my journey. They'll keep the lights on. You know, they help me get this far, but the motivation was never from other people pushing me to be the strongest. It always came from within. I just wanted to be the strongest around.
So it's the right mindset, man. I imagine you understand that, is that the fans will push you to keep going, keep going.
Yeah, but we didn't have that.
We didn't, yeah. He's got the right approach.
He's got the new generation. We talked about this because he started off and became relevant to faces all over the world, where we were just relevant to like a small community. Because once he had Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, everything, like now you have fans that we never were able to communicate with until a magazine exposed us.
Yeah.
That's what's awesome. So you have a lot more people cheering you on than we ever had now we have, you know, just as much reach, but now you're taking benefit and traveling all over the world, training with different people, seeing different styles. You know, for me, this is the first time I saw you train. I've seen your videos, but I never watched on techniques. And I still question, okay, what is he pushing with power, or does he actually feel muscle contraction there? I can't grasp how low he's pressing that, because that's not in my realm of training.
I think what's great for him being a powerlifter, what I grew up with, and
So you understand it more.
What I like is there is a disconnect between powerlifting and bodybuilding, where powerlifting was always about explosion and bodybuilding was about lightweight and isolation. But with the new generation and how society is now, you can combine both of those and create something like this that has that kind of thickness, that kind of density, and still be a power lifter and still create a good body. Because I could show you a 181-pound power lifter who looks like nothing, but could toss around a 280-pound bodybuilder because of the connective or the power he has. But you're still working the muscle. And I like that you do that. Even with your explosion work, you still can isolate that muscle. And that's a great thing to have. And that's why I think he could do both.
Are you super pumped from that 30 reps?
I'm super pumped. Much more pumped than the second set. I did, 12 or so reps. You know, in every workout I have a set where I go all out. Maybe 1 or 2 sets in the very beginning where I use my power. But the rest of that workout, majority of the workout, I'm focused on that contraction.
Reps.
On reps, yeah. It's only for a small part of the workout I go for an AMRAP.
So even when you're training for a bodybuilding show, say if you regroup and you say, I'm 12 weeks, I'm going to train for, like when you did nationals, right? How far did you push yourself with these records? Did you do any PRs while you were training for a bodybuilding show?
All throughout my prep, 2 weeks out from my show, I hit 900 pounds on the squat with just knee sleeves.
And what do you think when you look back at that now?
I think...
Do you think it was necessary, or do you think at the time it was necessary for your mind, or to give you motivation to continue to train? I mean, listen, did it benefit you on stage?
It definitely did not.
Okay.
For sure. There's no doubt it didn't.
But did you need it for motivation in order to continue to... Because some people, we talked about going to the gym. What motivates us in the gym? Like, does that motivate you to keep training harder?
Listen to what they're saying here, because this is huge. This is huge.
What is it? What motivates you? Was it getting on stage and you were like in untested waters, right? You were going to the nationals for the first time, so you were uncertain how you were going to stack up, right? But how was your mindset going in the gym every day? Was those personal records for that reason, to keep you going, or did you just feel like, I've just been training reps too, I need to keep going for these records, like I'm bored?
It was more so, I have a deep passion for hitting PRs and getting stronger, but I also have passion for building my body, sculpting my body, and looking good on stage, looking good in photos, looking good in the mirror, feeling good about myself. And what helped me skyrocket on the internet is that I've been relatively well at both, having a lean physique and being super strong. Now, the likelihood of becoming Mr. Olympia right now seems like I'm shooting for the stars. It doesn't seem very realistic at the moment. But I've only been bodybuilding, taking it seriously for a year. I only started competing last year. I've been powerlifting for 6 years now. And in my first couple of years of powerlifting, I was awful. I had a beginner's luck. I was good in the first couple of competitions.
Because of your strength.
Because of my strength, and I was in a really small pond, and my second, third year, bombed out of meets, missed lifts. People were saying I was never going to be anybody in powerlifting, just give it up. I was awful. Then I came back from my fourth, fifth year and smashed world records. So I know, just like with any sport that you pick up, you're not going to be amazing right away. It may take a few years to get good. And that's my mindset as that. And I learned from that prep that I shouldn't be going that heavy and doing that little amount of reps so close to my show. Because when I got on stage next to the other guys, I'd be like, wow, I messed up. Like, I'm not conditioned enough, I'm not big enough. And it was a reality check. Now, going into my next prep, I'm not going to be chasing 1, 3, 5 rep PR because I know that's unnecessary and it's not going to help me. But that was a learning experience. I didn't know any better at that point.
Yeah, but funny because you said something that when I was 24, when I was your age, I turned pro at 23. I looked at Dorian Yates and I said, I'm not going to achieve that. He was Mr. Olympia, right, at the time. And I said, that's way out of reach for me. And then fast forward almost 10 years, not even 10 years later, I was the guy. So we all have vision of like what the ideal is. Like you might look at world records and say, I don't know but listen, man, I remember like cheering you on in the background and shouting you out because you were doing stuff that I'd never seen a lean bodybuilder do before. Like when you squatted 900 pounds, like that's insane, that close to competition. Like first in my mind, I'm like, all right, that's incredible, but this guy's out of his mind to do this. Because no one that lean can handle that kind of weight. I've never seen that before.
And there's a difference between being lean and dry.
Like, yeah,
you were
sure,
dry.
because you were in shape, bro.
That.
It's not like, I wasn't in shape. It's not like you showed up to the show. Listen, you lacked a little bit of quality, but remember, it's your age too. Age makes a huge difference in the sport of bodybuilding. I mean, listen, powerlifting, I don't follow it close enough, but it takes muscle maturity to get there, and that's just years of training. So you mentioned how fresh you were because you didn't have the techniques with the lifts, right, and power training, but bodybuilding's the same thing. It's about fine-tuning the body and learning, okay, making the adjustments like you just said. You're not going to go for personal records, but who says that's right or wrong? Because no one can tell you, just like he could tell me how he trained. I could tell you how I trained. This guy could tell you. I had great success with how my body functioned, but we all have different makeup of how we develop our physiques. So not to say, I wouldn't say that, hey, I'm never going to do that again, because not saying that's right or wrong.
I understand that philosophy because you like the battle. And I can relate with that. I don't care how old I get. It's fun to go in and toss, and it doesn't matter if you're in front of a.
Yeah, but you know what? It eggs him on that he's in the gym at 5 a.m, inclining 5 plates, and the internet's talking about it. So you tell me that doesn't make a difference, right?
In what sense?
I know you have a lot of people cheering you on. Like, I can't believe this guy can do that, but especially your age.
But yeah, it's the thing that I think, regardless of where we are with nutrition or how lean we get, we like the lift. We all like lifting weights, yeah?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And it's a battle somewhat in mental, yeah? But don't you like getting under the heavy and getting in a fight with it?
Of course.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're close to a show or not close to a show. And then I think that's why I can relate with how you were feeling. Even 2 weeks after my show, you're like, geez Louise, the weights are nothing. And I'll be the first ever, and I'll guarantee that you're the first one ever to be that lean and squat 900 pounds. And it's not even lean. I hate saying lean because people don't understand the difference between lean and dry.
Yeah.
You were dry, which is technically dangerous at that point. But you were just like, I want to freaking fight. And as crazy as he thought that was of you, these guys walking in the UFC tomorrow, how crazy are those guys? Everybody's got their craziness,
right.
And it makes us different.
Absolutely, that's all right. Yeah.
But you see how I press, So I was like going through, and man, I felt that little twinge. I said, okay, this is it, man. I'm worth too much money.
Exactly.
I like that.
Arnold said it best. He goes, I get paid to look good. I don't need to lift heavy weight.
That's when I made the change. Why? You changed, you stopped.
Yeah, I don't do bench press at all.
Incline?
No, sometimes, but like I do barbells, dumbbells. I do, yeah.
I stopped the barbell stuff
I
too.
do floor press.
Is that safer?
Yeah, because the floor stops the range of motion, so I can't tear it at the
That's
bottom.
new age.
Well, it's more of a powerlifting.
That's new.
motion.
Okay.
Bodybuilders don't do floor
I love
presses.
floor press.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You overload it.
Exactly.
Stop here. So.
It's safer.
Yeah, because you can't go full stretch.
He said natural. He said natural, guys. It's a natty crew.
I thought Flex Lewis brought it back to bodybuilding.
No.
You can do that much, no?
Not that big. I'll have to try again.
It's all technique, Larry. All technique.
That exercise is actually
Science. Because you
reverse reverse grip bench
Easy on the
press.
trend now. Easy on the trend.
It's humanly impossible.
Let me talk.
Oh, go.
Reverse grip bench press activates upper chest 35% more than a flat bench, while an incline only activates 5% more. So this is 30% more activation.
Read that on .com Get Big and.
That's actually true.
So, the first thing is,
the reverse one,
you
you
watch
actually.
it doesn't. Doesn't even touch it.
Look at the
You're
movement.
already-
How
Go,
are you
go.
pressing? You press up.
I would like to see you push it up and over you with your thumbs that way.
Everything you
Don't believe
No.
everything you read. Stop that.
I don't.
So look at the body angle. The body angle is already flat. Your chest, when you're doing a regular bench press, is lower chest.
If you're
And
on
you're
a
pushing away.
decline,
So this is where your motion is when you're regular bench press, and that's a lower chest, correct? Now your wrists are snapped back, and you're pushing away from your body, not over your body. You can't come over the body because of the wrist bend. So you're pushing away. It's even more tricep, the angles of it, pushing away. I know it sounds good, and I know the article was great. Not true.
I don't do it. So.
You don't need to. Look at these things.
No, I mean for upper chest, not for triceps. I mean for upper chest.
come on, Michael.
Come on. Yes. More.
Good job, baby. Come on. Keep going. You got more. Nice.
Yes.
One more.
More.
Nice. Yep.
All upper chest.
I saw your chest working though.
But you mean that this is the triceps exercise?
It's only triceps. Let me break this down for you on triceps and why it's triceps.
So you mean if I do that, I won't risk tearing my chest?
You won't even touch your chest? Pull. Let's put this whole internet thing. So, you saw what working? Chest?
Well, I saw the body doing like the motion.
I don't even think I can.
So,
I don't even think I can
Mona.
bend my wrist that way.
You can.
All right, so the first thing, when you're doing bench press, it's a lower chest. That's why I love incline, because we already got, being guys, a good lower chest. But this is power, elbows. Now what we're gonna do is reverse it. Now watch how deep the elbows get inside. See that? See how locked in they are? Coming down. It's coming here. You don't bench this way with the reverse grip because you're going to lose it on the wrist. So you're pushing away. Down inside, right up. That's triceps now. So it's even better than a close grip. For me, takes it out, locks it in. I'll lift it to you. Take it up and hold it there.
Yep.
Now take it down.
I think I did chest
There
yesterday,
you
so
go.
I'm sore as fuck in the chest.
There you go.
So I want to fit it in the chest now as well. But that's because I did chest yesterday.
See where you're coming up to?
Yeah.
So you're pushing it away. But you can feel how close you can keep those elbows in. And how easy it is on the shoulder.
Yeah.
See how it's easy on the shoulder?
I don't feel anything in the shoulder, but my chest is sore since yesterday.
So that was the one great thing about it.
I'll
Some
try.
people do this and they go, ah, it hurts the shoulder.
Yeah.
So relax, you're relaxing the part, tighten here.
And that's Arabic kgs. So 5, it means 100.
Get.
So you don't get it confused.
First thing, don't keep a straight wrist. Trim it out a little bit. Now you see where it's awkward to lift it up?
Yeah.
That's why I'll do that. Take it up and hold it there, extend.
Yeah.
Let the wrist come back a little, relax, pull it in tight. Don't collapse
Like this.
the arm. Don't collapse it. Bring it down. Nice.
That's no chest at all.
right? Now squeeze those arms.
Say it's only upper chest here.
I
Yeah,
can't feel
he
the
already
chest.
said. See those elbows in. Look at that.
I see he's only using upper chest.
I wish I could tell you I was using the chest because it looked like he was.
Nice job. Nice job. Oh, beautiful.
I feel pressure on my shoulders though, should I?
You shouldn't, but you're doing this again. You're collapsing
Okay.
instead of coming down.
Is it my range of motion
You're
though?
coming to here, maybe further down.
Right. So
Yeah, you're
just so
coming
you
like
guys
this.
understand, yeah. Let me.
Because I feel it a little bit in my front delt.
You were coming to right here instead of further.
So your arms, we're doing like you bench press.
Yeah.
So instead of coming down in a solid position, you're collapsing it like this.
Yeah, because I felt it here.
But we just set the internet on fire. The science is not science. Somebody wrote that it was upper chest. Tricep, these big things here. Jay just did it.
I've never done that reverse grip before.
Oh, it's our first time.
First time.
It's beautiful. It's romantic. We're gonna get some ice cream after this. Make it a full date.
Actually, that's my favorite.
All right, Mo, crush this. Boom. Train up, baby. Let's go. Nice. Finish it. Finish it.
Yes.
Oh boy. Oh, what's going on, Jay? You can
She lives with you. We know when you know what goes on at your place.
Even the
what's going on
dogs. Even the dogs.
Is that
like
Steve
it.
Siegel? Did he just Steve Siegel? You gotta pay Siegel that.
He takes a royalty.
All right, boys. We good? Next. Next.
In Norwegian, tren actually means train.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
We're gonna trend then. Everybody's trending.
You shouldn't have told him that. Now you can put it on a shirt.
I do have a pump in my triceps now, though.
So they have like summer campaigns, like tren all summer, 199 crowns.
I'm moving.
But guys, there's a lot of you who just saw Jay, Mike do this and are gonna go and try it. Please have somebody hand you off when trying the reverse grip bench because you 100% need a handoff. Or it might just fall and clip you in the neck. So
Yeah,
just
smart.
have a handoff for this.
Smart. Unless you're Mona, and then you can just do Jay's weight and we're okay. Jay, triceps are pumped. What do you guys want to do?
Should get to the dumbbells now. There's dumbbells
Wait a
heavy enough
minute,
for us.
wait a minute. What's going on here?
I have a question. Are you strong in every exercise or only the ones that you regularly train?
I do every exercise, and it's strong in everything. That's my point.
So overhead triceps extension with one double, you can do the 75s?
Which one?
75 pounds.
I could definitely do 5 pounds.
75.
I could do 5. Is that your exercise?
Yeah.
I love it.
How many do you do?
I did 12, I think.
Wow, that's
Yeah, but
pretty
you
bad.
only have to move it a short distance, right? How far do you move it?
And it's all upper chest for you.
Full range of motion. Whatever
We're at
that
a height
is.
disadvantage. We got to go a much longer way.
Let's
He did have me beat, so if you want to try
I
it
love
out.
that.
He
He's
did
a
have me
beast.
beat. I'm
He's a
ready
beast.
to make a
Does
comeback.
it make sense though about the close grip reverse?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I hate that the science. Somebody came out and said it's scientifically.
But you don't believe in any of those studies at all?
Oh no, of course I do.
Who put
of
the
course I do.
studies out?
No, but I mean, like, who puts them out on the internet? Who does them?
Matt, the manager, put it out.
Yeah, man. You can't believe it.
Blame the fat kid.
They are being published at PubMed, where all the scientific studies are being published.
So you know what's crazy, and him and I just spoke about this today. I keep saying this over and over, but there is so much information on there. It's so confusing for people because we came from the old school. We talked about this with protein and carbs, and now people are like, well, what about fats and this and that? And we never paid attention to like fats we took in other than from the meats and the whole eggs and whatever else we used. It was just straight, okay, I count protein and fats. And then we have like a diet rotation where we might eat low carbs for a few days and one day high carbs on the fourth day, which most people do when they diet for competition. But there's so much information, it's so mind-boggling to people. That's why he has his theories, I have mine. everyone has a style, and you have to find what works best for you. But there's so much information when someone like you says, "Well, I saw it on the internet." We didn't have that. We didn't have that.
No, but
I mean, like, for me is that everything I read since 1983, I applied and saw if it worked and didn't work. Yeah. And there's things that even back then or in the 80s and 90s that people do, and I believe against, is everybody squats a certain way, where I believe you should squat 5 different ways.
But I mean, even before internet, people read books. I mean, and I mean, like, even in books say different things. I mean, if someone read Chris Acero's book, maybe that said one thing, and then someone read another book and that said one thing. So I mean, like,
apply it, see if it works for you.
Yeah,
if it doesn't, move it away.
Yeah, but it's still different.
But it's not factual though. It's a person's opinion.
Yeah, of course.
Factual is Wolf's Law, the breakdown of the bone and rebuild of the bone. That's fact. But an exercise, trust me, how many guys do we know that do shoulder presses for a lifetime and have no shoulders? Is that true? Yeah. But shoulder press is great for the shoulders. Yeah. But some guys just can't connect it.
I do minimum 3 different shoulder presses.
But my point is,
and some
even an exercise.
He only did like side laterals, he said.
And it grows.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think with like, I talked to you, I talked to Ronnie, and Samir, Dorian, and it was the fat content thing. None of us kept track of the fat word today.
No, but people back then, maybe they ate more protein, and I mean, like, the protein sources they had had a lot of fat.
How much healthier those guys are back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah, but that also depends on other stuff as well.
Yeah, it does.
So,
but nutrition, talking to what I love is this: you talk to the new age guys and you talk to the old age guys, and I always talk to the guys that have actually done it and lived a long, healthy life. I think that's.
But I think, honestly, today with the knowledge that we have today, to not
should be better, right?
To not be able to live a healthy life, even as a top pro bodybuilder, you're just being like, what is it, like careless, because you have the knowledge that you need to have to be able to take care of your body. I mean, like, there are supplements today that can help you with everything more or less. So I mean, like, there's no reason why it should be less healthy today than it was before. So, especially with the knowledge we have. I don't know. So overhead triceps extensions.
What do you guys want to do?
Overhead tricep extension.
Let's go. Overhead tricep extension.
Round 2, come on.
Let's go. All right, we're gonna do some crazy range of motion. Stay with your form, because I'll guarantee you're gonna have a different form, and I've never seen you do these, but I'll guarantee the range of motion is different. Watch this.
Because your elbow is like, no, shoulder is like, I can't do that.
So what I want to do is I'm trying to bring it as far down with a twist at the bottom.
That will hit
Rotate
Jay's
over.
traps before it.
Yeah, I will.
One side will. Because remember, I had the shoulder surgery on one side. But it's always been that way.
So a little bit of a range of motion.
It will hit your traps before it gets there.
So look at that style. Come here, look at the back side. Look at this, So, it's coming down parallel here, keeping the pressure on it, not overextending, keeping the isolation solid all the way through. Regardless of the speed, there's such a great isolation with him that he can flex through that. I would recommend for you guys and your rookies and beginners, slow it down a bit. Jay, you concur?
Which side's easier for you? Samir, the other side?
Right side, I think.
Look at this, look at this
Same with
thing.
me. Are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right.
Yeah.
See the squeeze all the way through it. Don't start bouncing it. Don't shorten it so much. Keep it just like he's doing right there. That's great. And if you can get your beard like that too, nice clean shave. Look at this, look at this.
I trim it myself. Interview I did with Dave. People were commenting. They were commenting my beard more than
Nice.
anything else.
Are you copying Guy Cisternino?
No, they said it was perfect. They had to see if it was real.
Hey Matt, there's your power builder.
That's you. You got it on your shirt.
I've got peanut butter on my shirt.
You're a peanut butter power builder.
Not much isolation in the tricep here.
Not?
Not really, no. Do my best to contract, but
Don't know if you guys heard that, but that's, so find those exercises, I think, that are tough for you to get those isolations. For him, this is a different motion, yeah?
absolutely.
Yeah, so really take your time on this. Wouldn't go heavy. Nice. Told you. So the form, again, keeps the pressure on it. Keeps the pressure on it. There's no relaxation from this. Again, impressive to me because his range of motion is so good.
This side, not so much.
Again, if you're watching this, complete isolation through the whole motion. Nice.
It's already up there.
You know what the funny thing is, Larry, is now everyone wants to challenge how much weight you
Don't
do.
arm wrestle.
Did you get that? You get that.
Like this guy just shows up and wants to challenge to a one-arm tricep thing.
No, I was actually,
Wait a minute, no.
I was actually curious if Mike was strong in everything or only the exercises that he trained at. That was my question. So
I've
because
trained every exercise in 41 years.
That's the answer. So
Yeah.
it wasn't the answer I was looking for. Because is there any exercise you don't do?
No. I'll do everything.
But Larry and I just talked about this. This isn't one of the exercises we would actually do. I've done in the past, but I would usually do 2 arms, or if I stimulated tricep extensions, it would be like a kickback or something.
I don't do 2 arms, but the only reason is because I can't get it up myself. Like if I would have to use a too heavy weight, so I can't get it there. So. Get it up myself. I'll get it up myself.
Not long when you get up yourself.
I told you my wife is not here, so I don't
She's gonna message me later. She's gonna troll me later. You're an ass. But I love you guys. Yeah, I you know, it's one of those things. In my belief, is everything for me, because I gave up on the concept of being the strongest or the most jacked years ago. I want to be the most athletic because everything I do is about athletic stuff. So I try to do everything.
What do you think about people who say they train for functionality? That's just stupid because what is functionality in normal life? I mean, like, for someone who...
I think that what they mean is athletic ability in a certain kind of sport. I would assume that's what they mean, because I don't understand some 35-year-old coming in doing box jumps. I don't understand that concept. That's never done anything like that.
No, especially not if it says it's for functionality. What, you're going to do box squats in your living room?
Stock exchange and box jumping. Wait a minute, whoa, chill. So mine's more connective tissue and bone density is my purpose. Just so I can function. So I can work out with these 20-year-olds. Or these 29-year-olds.
Work out with Titan.
Work out with Titan now.
That's right.
We just tipped the scale at 31 pounds at 6 months. She's got 7-footers in the family. That kid's gonna be,
He's so tall already. Crazy.
he's taller than Matt already. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Matt.
I'm not the shortest one here.
So just move it around too, that's nice. So instead of staying in one position, so you can come inside by the head, rotate here, or set it back. Rotation back. That's the kind of stuff that it's fun to do for me.
Yeah, but you're engaging it.
A different muscle, but it's also keeping that. And I think that you would like that. Are you starting to squat differently? You got a power squat, right?
Exactly.
Bar
Wide
low,
stance.
you sit back, hips and ass, explode through. Do you ever change that form?
100%. When I do bodybuilding, the feet come in, the bar sits higher, my knees fall forward more.
How much does the weight drop? So watch this. Wait, don't say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so when you were getting ready for your show and you did 900, get this, because this is huge. Also, come here, because you can explain this well to the understanding the difference between a lean person and a person that's dry. So when you're getting ready for a show and you're a couple weeks out, they always talk about you should train lighter because your ligaments are dry. And that's when you really could injure yourself. And that's a huge difference between a guy that walks around lean all the time, just naturally lean. There's more fluid in his ligaments.
Yeah, it's fluid, that's all. When you talk about dryness, don't confuse people because it's fluid, right?
Right.
Fluid flows through the body a lot faster when you're lean. It's
And
hard
then-
to stay as hydrated because there's less body fat, right? So there's less fluid in the body.
So if you guys ever wonder why bodybuilders train light at the end, it's because it's safer and it's smarter. Now, saying it's smarter, some of us still try to go heavy when we're dry.
No, but I think I trained heavy up until the show.
Well, you're superhuman.
Yeah, but I never backed off, and I think that's what makes a difference
That's a huge
between
difference.
Between a good bodybuilder and a great bodybuilder. Because your body stays primed. It's like someone saying, "Oh, I'm off season" versus pre-contest. I'm always ready and primed. Like there's not much difference. The training stayed the same exactly the year round.
So wait a minute, because I was going to go.
Reps don't increase, weights don't get adjusted.
Nutrition changed.
Yes.
It's funny that, again, going back to social media and all the information, suddenly it says, no, everything has to change. And it doesn't. In a sense, your training stayed the same all year long. One of the big things for you, what's more important? The last 12 weeks for the Olympia or the 9 months getting
9
ready?
months.
Why?
Because I have that one mindset of I want to build the body as much as possible, so when I fine tune it, I have that much improvement.
Okay, so the 9 months before getting ready for the Olympia is the most important.
Yes.
How do you stay motivated for those 9 months when the show is a year away?
Because I look in the mirror every day and I say that I
I
want to be
have an
best.
answer for that. You just love training.
It's got to be more than that, though.
No.
Don't you think?
No.
No? Doesn't have to be a little chip on the shoulder. Do you want to be the freaking best?
Yeah, but
It's
I
not
mean,
you
like,
just wanna
if you
train
love
to
training,
be-
you probably want to be the best as well.
We know a lot of people that love training, but who stays consistent for that 9 months?
I mean, it's the difference between love training and love training the way you have to do to improve a physique, to be competitive. So if you go into the gym and you love what you do and you just try to better yourself every time, that's motivation. That's all the motivation you need.
I think because you love it so much, that it seems like that we run into the people that
Yeah,
I
but
say, how long?
I love it and he loves it, but I don't want to train for Olympia again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so it just becomes like a personal goal, just like he wants to do personal records.
But you've done it.
Yes, you've done it, you've been there. I mean, but what motivated me to come back and win the Olympia a second time? I was just in that realm
You
of
probably
like,
knew that you can be better.
oh, I always thought I could
That's
be better.
the
I still
the
think
fight
I can be
within you.
better. I still think I can be better at my age, right? I'm fighting age now.
But do you think that you can come back now and be better than you were before?
No, I don't think because I don't have that mindset. The mindset's
Can you come
important.
back and set records how you are now as a role model to health and fitness and show them how to have longevity? And
I'm healthy. That's the most important thing. My joints feel good.
Yeah, I think it's got to be more than just loving lifting. It's got to be the fight that you had when you were going to squat 2 weeks out. I want to win the show, but I want that fight within myself that you have. I want to win the Olympia. Now, I want to be the best Jay Cutler after the Olympia and be something more global, something more epic than before. And you work harder now than you did when you were getting ready for the Olympia.
Yeah, I do.
You travel the world more. You do all that more. And that takes more than anything else.
But he makes
And you
more
still
money.
train. And he makes more money.
But also, it's very individual because there is an interview with Kai Green where he says like, "Oh, you can't go under a bar and squat 800 pounds if you're not angry or like an animal, like you have hatred, an inner hatred." He says something like this. I'm not sure exactly what he says when he talks about Coleman and he talks about the way they two train. Like you have to be angry, you have to be mad at something. There has to be something underlying that motivates you. But I mean, like I train the hardest and heaviest when I listen to music that makes me happy. I can't go to the gym if I'm angry. That would just mess up my mind. I can't go to so I just want to be happy with it.
Yeah.
So
I'm never angry.
No, I saw you were angry. You didn't get food on time. Well, that was me. That was my bad.
It might look like we are angry when we lift heavy weights, but I'm never angry in the gym. I can't.
We like
drink.
that tussle. When you get under the heavyweights, you like the tussle.
Yeah.
Within yourself.
It's the same when people say like, "Oh, you can't have
Let's go to
your
another
phone in the
exercise.
gym because you're losing the focus when you're texting and stuff." If I text between the set, it doesn't matter because when it's the set, it's the set.
Yeah.
I don't care.
And then you could always go back to reverse close grip bench for the upper chest. Always plays.
We didn't do this exercise.
Hey, real quick. 900 pounds squat, 2 weeks off from a show. Freaking nobody's ever done that in history, being as lean as you have. Then you go back to close stance squats. How much did your weight drop?
Huh. Close stance squats. 300 pounds.
Drop 300.
Eat 300 pounds easily.
So you can still, no, that's a 600 pound squat.
For
Close
reps?
stance.
Or
Yeah, for
one
rep. No, for one rep, I guess.
For one
600.
rep, I would say one rep close stance, maybe 750 for one rep.
Okay,
600%.
that's huge. That's huge because I'll squat 7 on power squats. But if I go back to a close stance squats, and I'll go even feet up on a little box, and I'm at 400 to 500. So it will drop easily 200, if not more. But it's funny, it's a change, and if people see that, the majority of society only sees a guy squatting, and then they assume one thing. But my belief is that you got the right idea. And again, I don't think I could do what you do at your age, because I think at my age, at 22, I would have felt peer pressure and said, well, no, I can do 600 or 700 or 800 close stance. And so I'm proud of you that you keep that mindset that you're strong, you know what you're doing and what you can do, and don't get pushed over. Like that.
Yeah, whether I'm training for strongman, powerlifting, bodybuilding, training has to change, has to change, and I can't hit PRs all year round. Even lately, I dropped some weight, got injured. People think I'm depressed or I've fallen off the wagon or just thinking lots of negative things about it. But in reality, I need this rest. I need this time to recover. I can't go full throttle PR every week all year round. Especially when I'm trying to juggle 3 different sports. So I just try to get my priorities right. And realistic expectations.
See, Gladiators is coming back. And when Gladiators comes back, you're going to move back to the States. You're going to go on that show with me. I'm going to bring you on as a Gladiator, man. The next Saber or something like that. Right? Don't you guys agree? You'd be crushing people on there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Trying to figure out if he means it's really coming back.
No,
or
it
not.
really is.
It is coming.
Yeah.
Well, you're retired.
I ain't retired. I went. Camera TV.
He's got the Photoshop.
TV, Photoshop. That's how I do it. And I know Jay Cutler kind of does a little hip thrust.
No, I actually get to the floor, actually. I stay on the floor with
You
this.
stay on the floor? Show us. Show us, Captain, my Captain.
And as close in as I can go. So I can stay on there. Does that look like I'm locking out or not really?
Not really.
But that's lockout for me right there.
That is lockout for you, and it's been that way all day today.
This is Jay's favorite exercise. He always starts warming up with this one.
And you notice how am I doing it? On the floor, right?
Yes.
Why do I do it on the floor?
Because Matt's short and he can shoot this better?
Tell us why.
Tell us why.
It sounds like I'm a midget.
Because I like to feel like I'm into the weight. And when I'm too high, I'm just using other body parts. So when I'm low, it's just like when I do presses and everything, I like to press on a low seat or a low bench. When I'm too high, I feel like I can't get under it enough. So like especially shoulder presses, I love a low seat where I'm closer to the floor to press. When I sit too high, it just doesn't feel right for me. So I always choose to do a lower bench, and with this I just try to be lower. For some reason I can get into the machine more and really get my elbows back in order to get this exercise.
Give it a try. I've never done it on my knees.
When you started out, how much posing did you do when you started working out? And you were young when you started. Because I think I've seen you, what was it, 12, 13, 14?
16. I did a lot.
A lot of posing, right? Don't you think everybody should? Just to make
You
the
learn
mind
how
a
to
muscle?
contract the muscle.
Nice. How do you feel this compared to the tricep overhead?
No, I will say it's easier to isolate my tricep here on the floor. Jay's right about when I'm standing, I want to use my delts more.
You lean in, right?
Exactly.
And that's why I don't like the, I mean, listen, I cheat on everything to be honest, but when I lean, I tend to lean more, and I don't like doing that. Especially when I'm trying to actually do one exercise where I lock my elbows out, which is one of the few exercises where you lock. Is that lockout for you?
This right there's a lockout for me. And I'll even rotate the elbows out.
But do you go heavy on this movement?
Yeah,
Then how do you
But again-
lock out if you go heavy?
by lifting it.
I know, but I mean, how do you really,
So
you
I
can do
I
that
I can
movement?
still squeeze with heavy weights.
I know, but are you in the same position squeezing?
I won't go to the point where I lose it. Because that's what you're saying. You're saying, do you go so heavy that it's like this? Because there's a difference. And I will do this at times. I will go
You'll get
ballistic.
cheat- you'll cheat
I'll,
rep.
I'll
You'll
go
cheat
ballistic and just freaking try to get something heavy. But with this stuff, you can still go heavy enough and still isolate it. But there's that whole, can you get in here and do 50 reps? I like both aspects of it. I like slowing it down, keeping it isolated, but then I also like tussling.
See, I don't pull the rope like you do. You're coming down and you're actually,
Rotating it out.
you're pulling the rope. Why don't you do it like that?
No, I don't rotate it out. No.
I'm always looking for movement. That's why I like the reverse. That's why I like anything I can rotate it in different positions. Now bring it, come outside, rotate it out, twist it, flex, back up, take it down, squeeze it out, rotate it over, back up, go again. Take it out, take it out, take it out, take it out. Ah! Go again.
Put more in the back rotating out
Yeah.
for sure.
Keep it in, rotate, and then take it out like a tricep, show it everybody. Nice.
Can you see that or no?
Yep, yep. Then rotate it different, and then turn it out. Ooh.
Yeah.
Do it again. Now turn it out. Ah. And hold it for that count. Bam. Woo. Nice, nice. Nice. Look at it.
You see it? I
Yeah.
feel it a little bit in my shoulders though. See, that's the thing with,
First time doing it.
yeah.
First time doing it.
But I can feel the contraction in the tricep.
You see the difference on that? The
You feel the
rotation?
difference?
I do, but like you said, it's a bit heavy for me. So I'm using more shoulder. Maybe I'll go lighter and try turning out more.
It says steamed on it. So it's already cooked, so you can just mix it with water.
So all I'm doing is keeping it forward, taking it down, turning it out. And the turnout comes from the elbow and the wrist.
See, he's actually doing the exercise like I'm trying to do it on the floor.
Steamed on it. Steamed right.
He's taking the, if you notice his shoulders, his chest stays high. and the shoulders stay back.
Yes.
I've never done that, you know, in all my years of training to do that. You do that?
I don't know. That's what I'm gonna try.
Let's show these things. Let's show them. Come on. Let's go.
But when I do this, I always do superset. So I start with wide grip, then I'm like tired. I just put the rope together, and then I can do a few more reps.
We're not going to question your arm size. See, Mike, adjust his form.
He's going right to the outside. Keep it in, take it down, then rotate out. And then flip it even back further. Crank it right
See
down.
that? Now tell me what that feels like on your shoulders
Down,
when you do that.
crank it out.
It's too, the weight is too heavy though. But then,
Too weight.
then I just put them together and I just go there.
I know, but that's not locking it out.
No. So you
I
want
got
me
a pretty good bump from that,
It was
actually.
nice, right?
so there?
And yeah, close to the body though. When you come, yeah, there you go. See
Okay.
How, see,
I never done
see how
this.
you're getting that super
Yeah.
peak at the bottom?
Yeah, I've never done this before.
Step in, step in. Chest up. Just like you're on
All the
stage.
way
Chest
out.
up, chest up.
Yeah, they got
Rotate
so
it
much,
inside.
Really
Now
focus on
take
the
it out.
rear.
so much heavier. I can't
The
even.
long head of the tricep, yeah.
Yeah, it's so much heavier. I'll try that.
So that's a new one for everybody. Try that out. Jay, one more time. Show these guys.
It was light.
Come here. Come up. I'm going to show you from the back side. See the elbow? Come in. Now flip out. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. See that rotation? He's giving you a little bit more oomph at the bottom. Don't want to cover those bad boys. Nice, kid. Look at this. Look at the fibers. Look at that. See that? Come down, rotate out, and you're sitting on it at the bottom.
Good job,
And you're all
Jay.
flexed up here. You like?
That's about right for me.
Yeah, yeah. Really here.
Take it in, then turn it out. Nice. Pull it back on your hips. Nice.
Back here.
Yeah. Get it back there. Crank on it. Boom. Nice. Crank on it. Turn that thing over. Boom. Down. Turn it over. Ah. Solid. Crank it. Crank it. Come on, kiddo. Nice. Larry Wheels, Jay Cutler, the future, Mr. Olympia, Titan, leg day.
Leg day, yes.
This
upper
was
chest.
this was leg day. And
Oh,
upper
it was
chest.
upper chest.
The upper chest and leg day.
Leg day Gold's Venice is, the weights are definitely lighter at Gold's Venice.
Ooh, ouch.
They are for sure though, right?
Yes, yeah.
Even Adam says so. He has a lot of experience being at Gold's Venice.
That's right. You know, I've been in the States for my whole life, and I remember years back when I first started training, Jay's do pop up, repping up 4 or 5 on the incline. You would pop up, reverse grip, and you've done 500, right?
Yeah.
So this has been a long overdue collab, and it's because of you guys who've been watching my stuff that made it possible that I can link up with these guys, get some one-on-one time. It's been awesome. And of all places, Dubai. Who would have thought?
Well, it's funny because
Abu Dhabi, excuse me, Abu Dhabi.
because Larry was supposed to come train in Vegas, and then he had the bicep.
Exactly.
So we were supposed to link in Vegas, and then when he saw I was coming here, he's like, "Man, you're coming over there." But the funny thing is, Larry offered to bring me to Dubai just to shoot the video. So now I came on my own to Abu Dhabi and brought this guy with me.
Thank you.
Didn't know you were coming.
I was his bag boy this weekend, so this is nice for me to join.
Mike always makes us look so pretty when we work out. That's the most important.
There we go. No, guys, this is fun for me because I've tried to hook up with both of you. Back in Venice, Vegas, and it's crazy that we hook up in Abu Dhabi. So, Who do we got for the fight tomorrow?
I didn't know there was a fight going on.
So you said you got tickets to Khabib.
I'll take Mona over Matt. Khabib.
That's an easy one.
What do we got for the fight, guys?
Fight? Who's winning tomorrow?
Khabib is gonna win.
Khabib. Today, I think take away some of the stuff we talked about. The training was fun. It was cool. We did some different exercises. We talked about philosophy and stuff, but just the knowledge that was spilt today was tremendous. We got a youngster here that's starting out. That's the future of the sport. We have the GOAT over here that talked about how he came up. And what was cool for me is I've known this kid since 22 years old. I saw him compete his first amateur out in LA. Not his first, but the Tournament of Champions. And we never trained together. I've never really seen you work out in person. And something that I love is that your range of motion is incredible. And you're healthy. And you did the competition at the highest level because you came the greatest. And then you're healthy after that sport, which is huge. And it's goal setting. And it's, for you, man, it was great just training with you, and you got the right approach mentally. And I see a great future for you.
Really appreciate that. I just hope I can be as healthy as these two guys in the next 20 years. I'm a young buck, 24 years old, and I'm still impressed every day at how both of you guys look and how healthy you guys are so many years after.
Well, I'm Photoshopped, so that's...
Exactly, yeah. You gotta meet him in person to see how big he really is.
Shut up, it's not me.
All right.
That's what Mona was saying.
Yeah.
On that note,
She's like,
like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I think you guys already follow Jay Cutler and Michael Hearn, but if you don't, the links will be in the caption below. Follow their journeys, keep following mine. I love you guys, I appreciate you, and I'll be seeing more of you in November. I'm gonna go back to the States.